Hello, the student of class 8. Today we will read the English from the book of First Images, lesson number 12, is Sense Transformation. It is the story of a man who changed into an insect. Let's open your book and now read the lesson. One morning as Gregor Samsa was waking up from anxious dreams, he discovered that in bed he had been changed into a monstrous verminous. Monstrous verminous. Related to insect that live on the bodies of human beings. Verminous bug. He lay on his armor hard back and saw as he lifted his head up a little, his brown arched abdomen divided up into rigid bow-like section. From this height, the blanket just about ready to slide off completely would hardly stay in place. His numerous legs, pitifully thin in comparison to the rest of his body, flickered helplessly before his eyes flickered. Quick movements. Helplessly before his eyes. In this paragraph, the writer is describing about the condition when his body changed into a verminous bug insect. He was near about sliding his blanket, but he saw his body is divided in his body is divided in many sections. So his movement, so the moved with a small quick movement. What happened to me? He thought it was no dream. His room, a proper room for a human being, only somewhat too small, lay quietly between the four well-known walls above the table on which an unpacked collection of sample cloth goods with spread out Samsa was a traveling salesman, hung the picture which he had cut out of an illustrated magazine a little while ago and set in a pretty frame. There was four walls in his room, living like a human being, but he was now hopeless to see his condition. George glanced and turned to the window. The dreary weather, the raindrops were falling audibly down on the metal window ledge, made him quite sad. Why don't I keep sleeping for a little while longer and forget all this foolishness? He told himself, but this was entirely impractical, for he was used to sleeping on his right side and in his present state, he couldn't get himself into this position, no matter how hard he threw himself onto his right side. He always rolled again onto his back. He must have tried it 100 times, closing his eyes so that he would not have to see the wriggling legs. Twisting and turning. And gave up only when he began to feel a light, dull pain in his side, which he had never felt above. He was continuously turning his body that he changed in his human body, but it is vain. Oh God, he thought, what a demanding job I have chosen, day in, day out on the road. The stresses of trade are much greater than the work going on at head office, and in addition to that, I have to deal with the problems of traveling. The worries about train connections, irregular bad food, temporary and constantly changing human relationships which never come from the heart to hell with it all. He felt a slight itching on the top of his abdomen. He slowly pushed himself on his back closer to the bedpost so that he could lift his head more easily, found the itchy part, which was entirely covered with small white spots. He did not know what to make of them. He wanted to feel the place with his legs, but retracted, pulled back. But he detected it immediately, for the contact felt like a cold shower all over him. He slid back again into his earlier position. This getting up early, he thought, makes a man quite idiotic. A man must have his sleep. If I didn't hold back for my present sake, I would have quit ages ago. I would have gone to the boss and told him just what I think from the bottom of my heart. He would have fallen right off his desk. How weird it is to sit up at the desk and talk down to an employee from way up there. The boss is hard of hearing, so an employee has to step up quite close to him anyway. I haven't completely given up that hope yet. Once I have got together the money to pay off the parents' debt to him, that should take another 5 or 6 years. I will do it for sure. Then I will make the big break. In any case, right now I have to get up. My train leaves at 5 o'clock, and he looked over at the alarm clock ticking away by the chest of drawers. Good God, he thought, it was 6:30 and the hands were going quietly on. Could the alarm have failed to ring once from the bed that it was properly set for 4 o'clock? Certainly it had rung, yes, but was it possible to sleep through this noise that made the furniture shake? Now it's true. He had not slept quietly, but evidently he had slept all the more deeply. Still, what should he do now? The next train left at 7 o'clock. To catch that one, he would have to go in a mad rush. The sample collection wasn't packed up yet, and he really didn't feel particularly fresh and active. And even if he caught the train, there was no avoiding a blow up with the manager. As he was thinking all this over in the greatest haste, without being able to make the decision to get out of bed, the alarm clock was indicating exactly quarter to 7. There was a cautious knock on the door by the head of the bed. Gregor, a voice called. It was his mother. It's quarter to 7. Don't you want to be on your way? The soft voice Gregor was startled when he heard his voice answering. It was clearly and unmistakably his earlier voice, but in it intermingled as it from below a painful squeaking. Gregor wanted to answer in detail and explaining everything, but in these circumstances he confined himself to saying, actually, yes, yes, thank you, mother, I am getting up right away. It was very easy to throw aside the blanket. He needed only to push himself up a little and it fell by itself, but to continue was difficult, particularly because he was so unusually wide. He needed arms and hands to push himself upright. Instead of these, however, he had only many small limbs which were moving continuously with very different motions and which in addition he was unable to control. If he wanted to bend one of them, the first limb extended itself and he finally succeeded doing with this limb what he wanted. In the meantime, all the others, as if left free, moved around in an excessive painful agitation. But I must not stay in bed uselessly, said Gregor to himself as Gregor was in progress of lifting himself up out of bed. It struck him how easy all this would be if someone were to come to his aid. Now, quite apart from the fact that the doors were locked, should he really call out for help? Then there was a ring at the door of the apartment. That someone from the office. He told himself they weren't opening. Gregor said to himself, caught up in some absurd hope, but of course, then, as usual, the servant girl with her from trade went to the door and opened it. Gregor needed to hear only the visitor's first word of greeting to recognize immediately who it was, the manager himself. Gregor swung himself with all his might out of the bed. There was a loud thud, but not a real crash. The fall was absorbed somewhat by the carpet, but he had not held his head up with sufficient care and had it. He turned his head, irritated and in pain, and rubbed it on the carpet. Something has fallen in there, said the manager in the next room. Now your lesson is completed. Now see the consolidate. A1 का question number 1. Describe Gregor after the transformation. Answer. After transformation, Gregor lifted his head up a little. His brown, arched abdomen divided up into rigid bow-like sections. His numerous legs, pitifully thin in comparison to the rest of his body. Question number 2. What was Gregor's profession? Describe what he felt about his job. Answer. Gregor was a traveling salesman. The stresses of the trade are much greater than the work going on at head office. And in addition to that, he has to deal with the problems of traveling. Question 3. Why did Gregor continue with his job? What was his goal in life? Gregor continued with his job because he had to pay off his parents' debt. His goal was in life to earn money. Question 4. What was Gregor thinking when his mother called out to him? He was thinking about to catch the train when his mother called out. Question 5. How did Gregor's voice sound like? Answer. Gregor's voice sound like thud but not a real crash. Now, A2 का MCQs का question number 1 and 2 you have to do as your homework. Pause the video and write it in your notebook. Your lesson has now completed. Thank you.